You know, we respect each other enough to.
Hey, what's up, man? You ready? How are you? I remember.
Terence Crawford is on a sparring spree with boxing legends as he prepares for his fight against Israel Madrimov 5050 say. I say 5050. You think it's 5050. It was first Andre Ward, and now it's Iron Mike. You should expect the boxing champ to have so much to say.
50-50.
I want to say, why am I saying 50-50?
You don't think it's 50-50?
Saying he can, he's going to, but he can't.
Tonight, we got Mike and the crew. What's up,
Terence Crawford's debut at 154 pounds is just a week away, and the boxing champion doesn't seem to be taking chances ahead of the fight on August 3rd, as he has now taken a step higher in spurring the former undisputed world heavyweight champion Mike Tyson. An average person might consider Mike Tyson too old and rusty to give Terence Crawford a good test. However, his training sessions for his upcoming fight against Jake Paul proved how much the baddest man on the planet still has in his locker. Madrimov is so much of a pressure fighter, and Crawford's decision to go against Mike Tyson despite the difference in weight classes is to get accustomed to the fighting style of pressure fighters and get a taste of it from one of the best fighters ever. By the way, the weight difference is never an issue for Terence Bud Crawford, as Shakur Stevenson had earlier revealed how fierce Bud Crawford was even against heavyweights ready for Chris Diaz or something, and he was sparring like a heavyweight fighter regardless. Several members of the boxing fraternity believe super welter would be a step too far for the former undisputed super lightweight and welterweight king. I'm too nervous for him, like why is he in the ring with this big old? But World Boxing Council lightweight champion Shakur Stevens insists Bud is more than capable of carrying his devastating knockout power up through the weights after witnessing him wobble a heavyweight in sparring.
I'm gonna say it again. I was in the gym. I want to say I was getting...
Honestly, I think that Bud beats anybody who he gets in the ring with, even at a higher weight class. He told us news. I think he's got all the tools and ability to beat anybody. And everybody, he's got punching power, boxing IQ, boxing skills, and footwork. There's nothing he can't do in the ring, so I think he'd be a hard task for anybody. Another thing, his punching power translates to another weight class. He then continued.
Chris Diaz or something, and he was sparring like a heavyweight fighter. I'm like nervous for him. I'm like, why is he in the ring with this big old dude?
I've been in the gym and seen him hurt a heavyweight, a 200 pounds plus dude. He hurt him, and he was in there with wobbly legs. I was like, damn, this guy can punch that hard, as a result of his conversation with almost all weight classes.
And, man, I swear he done caught this dude on the shin. Boom!
Terence Crawford tried to get in the ring with Iron Mike Tyson, and it was a thrilling encounter when they met. The sparring wasn't only in Crawford's advantage, but in Tyson's as well, as Iron Mike Tyson is also preparing to make a return to the ring later this year. A lot of people don't realize how strong he is as a fighter, and his punching pew. And once the sparring was over, Terence Crawford graced an interview where he not only spoke about the sparring session with Mike Tyson, but also about the Tyson versus Jake Paul fight. Jake Paul and Mike Tyson are set to face off on November 15th in a controversially sanctioned professional bout, despite an initial postponement due to an ulcer flare-up on Iron Mike's part. The Netflix broadcast event has been rescheduled and will now take place in the winter at the A&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Whilst Paul fought this month, dispatching of Mike Perry, the fifth former UFC fighter on his record in 6 rounds, Tyson hasn't had a pro contest since a 2005 loss to Kevin McBride at 58 years old, and many are worried for the former undisputed heavyweight champion.
Wobbling all around the ring, I'm like, what the f***? How is this dude this strong? But it's like, honestly, Bud is very strong.
Speaking on the MMA Hour, Terence Crawford, who has a strong argument as the best fighter in the world right now, was asked if he wanted to see the fight. He said, no, I don't. I think, like I said in an interview, I think Jake is getting better. I think Mike Tyson is an icon in boxing. He's done a lot for boxing in his own right. And I just think Mike is past his prime. Mike is old. I wouldn't want to see Mike go in the ring and get hurt in a fight where he is just doing it for the money or entertainment. I just think him having his health problems is another added reason why I don't want to see him in the ring anymore, he may need to work on his stamina a little bit, but for the most part, despite both men confirming it's going ahead and everything being booked, former 2-time welterweight champion Sean Porter doesn't believe Paul and Tyson will ever step through the ropes together regardless. Mike Tyson has sent a chilling warning to Jake Paul ahead of their November fight after the YouTube star defeated Mike Perry with a 6th round knockout on Saturday. Tyson and Paul were initially supposed to fight this week, but the boxing match was postponed until November after Iron Mike suffered a medical scare in May. The 57-year-old is committed to fighting Paul, though, and reminded his much younger opponent of how soon their fight was coming up in a menacing post to X. 118 days minus 16 weeks and 6 days, 17 weekends, 2,832 hours, 1 lock 69,90 minutes, 10 lock 195,00 seconds, he wrote on X. Tyson also posted a video of himself silently watching Paul on TV before the latter went on to defeat former UFC star Perry. The 32-year-old bare-knuckle fighting champion was no pushover and even tested the YouTube sensation Chan at times in a grueling contest. However, after dropping him in the first and second round, Paul floored Perry to the point of no return with a blistering combination. In the sixth, Paul was quick to pay tribute to his brave opponent on the night. He's tough as nails, he said about Perry. I'm sorry it took so long, I just hit too hard. But he took a lot of damage, that's a baby. I'm so excited. On the other hand, Terence Crawford's weekend consisted of playing as an active participant at a WWE show on Friday by delivering a steel chair assist and knockout right hand on Saturday. Bud was headlining a hometown send-off in Omaha, Nebraska as he continued preparation for his junior middleweight debut against Israel Madrimov on August 3 at the stadium in Los Angeles.
You know, he may need to work on his stamina a little bit, you know, but for the most part, I think, like I said in the interview, I think Jake is.
On this week's episode of WWE SmackDown, Cody Rhodes got an assist from boxer Terence Crawford as he attempted to fend off Austin Theory and Grayson Waller in the opening segment, Disrespect Us. The dynamic duo of A Town Down Under, Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, are known for their brash and cocky attitude each week on Friday Night SmackDown. However, they paid a price for the same by a man from outside the squared circle in a video obtained by Ringside News for the July 26 tapings of SmackDown. Filmed after the broadcast of the July 19th edition of SmackDown, Theory and Waller were seen in a promo segment with boxing sensation Terence Crawford. It's come out apologize. RHS came out to cut a promo talking about Randy Orton being assaulted by Solo Sikoa. On last week's broadcast, Theory and Waller made their way to the ringside area, which led to Cody attacking the two-man undefeated boxing champion. Terence Crawford was ringside for Friday's WWE SmackDown from Omaha, Nebraska, and helped Cody Rhodes even the odds in a 2-on-1 fight against Aon Down Under. After RHS was thrown outside the ring, Crawford, an Omaha native, handed him a steel chair. You need to apologize, thinking you belong in the ring, Rads. Use the hardware to even the odds. Then ended the segment standing victorious, while the heels ran off in retreat. In the main event of the show, Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens faced off against Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. The bloodline interfered here, putting Cody Rhodes through a table as the show went off the air. Terence Crawford was seen earlier in the night assisting Cody Rhodes and fending off an attack from Aon Down Under. He came inside the ring to confront the duo during the tapings of their next week's show. To let you know, if you take one more step towards me, my boy, the back. As Grayson Waller trash talked to him, he nominated his partner to deal with Crawford and knock him out. At that very moment, Terence displayed his prowess in the boxing ring. By the way, the weight difference is never an issue for Terence Bud Crawford, as Shakur Stevenson had earlier revealed how fierce Bud Crawford was even against heavyweights ready for Chris Diaz or something. And he was sparring like a heavyweight fighter regardless. Several members of the boxing fraternity believe super welter would be a step too far for the former undisputed super lightweight and welterweight king. I'm too nervous for him, like why is he in the ring with this big old? But World Boxing Council lightweight champion Shakur Stevens insists Bud is more than capable of carrying his devastating knockout power up through the weights after witnessing him wobble a heavyweight in sparring.